Hello, everybody. Chuck G Violin, Violin Guy Gaming, whatever you want to call me. I am here. Why do I have so much stuff? Anyway, I kind of broke my leg or something. I need bandages. Give me bandages to treat this injury. There we go. Anyways. Hi everyone, welcome. This video is going to be about building outposts. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a very cool outpost that I have already built. And I'm going to show you this. No, not that one. I'll show you this one first. I have a couple already built. This one is on Titan, which is a really cool place to have an outpost. I'm going to tell you why. One of the things in this game that you may or may not already know is that you have to wait 48 hours for vendors to re-up their inventory and money. Having a little sip of wine there. Ooh, I get to show you a couple of cool things. Okay, so yeah, you have to wait 48 hours to re-up your stuff, right? Well, it just so happens that like one day or 1 hour on this planet is like 20-something hours. So, okay, this is an outpost that I've built. There's a cargo link there. There's my ship. Why my ship is over there, I will never know. Here comes my cargo link vessel. All right, there's no gravity here, so I'm just going to stay in the air forever. Okay, what I want to show you is this. So this is an outpost. There's a cargo link. Cargo links are cool, but they only connect to outposts. You can't connect more than two. You can't do more than connect one to the other. Now, I also built this cool landing pad, which allows you to work on your ship as if you were at like a ship technician on at a regular planet, and you were trying to upgrade your ship or whatever. The thing is when you go to, say, Neon, you're only going to get parts from certain manufacturers. If you go to New Atlantis, you're only going to get parts from certain manufacturers. I think New Atlantis is Deimos. If you go to New Homestead on Titan, actually, where we are now, you're going to get Nova Galactic parts. But if you build your own landing pad, this is the large one. It comes with the shipbuilder. You have access to all the parts. I think except for a couple of very specialized ones. That being said, what happens if you land and your ship don't show up? Why is my ship way the heck over there? We'll never know. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. This is the razor leaf, which you get for finishing the mantis layer, the old one, not the new one. This is my new version of the razor leaf. I've done some modifications of my own.
I've made a lot of special modifications myself.
Anyway, go into the shipbuilder, exit out of the shipbuilder. Bang, there you are. So one of the reasons I like Titan for an outpost, there are two resources that Titan has that are very important. One is tungsten, one is titanium. You can get them both here at the same place, which is very cool. You want to, you can build, if you have enough points in the skills and whatever, you can build as many outposts as you want, pretty much. I think I can build 24 outposts. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and collect some of the resources from this outpost. Cool. And now what I'm going to do, remember how I said you have to wait 48 hours before you can before you can go sell more stuff at vendors? Well, check this out. I only have to sleep for like 3 hours. So that's pretty cool. Another 15 minutes of game time is going to go pretty quickly. So, okay. Next stop is going to be another outpost that I did. One of the things you want to do when you are building outposts is you want to try to get as many resources as possible at one outpost. I can't make it all the way there. Yes, I can. So see how it says I can't make it all the way there because I don't have enough fuel or something? Not a problem if you already have an outpost, which I do, and I can just fast travel to it. Where are you at? You're way up here. So this is a very nice outpost. This is my favorite planet to put an outpost on. The only thing that it does not have that is 100% necessary is aluminum. But this outpost has, I think, 7 resources. Yeah, there they are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I guess water really only counts as 1, so 6 altogether. That is very cool and also unheard of. Usually you don't get more than 5. It is rare to get more than 5, although I have seen where a dude was able to get 8 on this planet. I was not able to do that myself. The most I've gotten is 7. So, but this, again, I have my landing pad here. I've got power. I've got my extractors. I do have a cargo link over there somewhere. Yep, the shuttle's sitting there. And off we go. So we're going to build a new outpost and just going to kind of show you the mechanics of it. In a way, some of what you can do with outposts kind of depends on, do you have points into things like outpost management or planetary habitation is one. And quite honestly, those aren't things that you want to invest points in at the very beginning of the game. You want to invest points in things that are going to get you important skills like picking locks and being able to build certain kinds of ships and pilot certain kinds of ships. You want to, things like that that are important. Later on in the game, and trust me, this is hundreds of hours in, my character here that I'm playing is, I believe, level 117. So, anyways, again, when you are looking to build an outpost somewhere, you want to get as many as possible. So let's go down here. We've got iron. We've got alkanes. We've got tantalum. And we've got ytterbium. We've also got silver over there. Now, silver and terbium are the two kind of stars of this show. All right, so you've got iron in the frozen dunes. You've got silver in the swamp. Frozen dunes, frozen dunes, frozen dunes, frozen dunes. See what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get as close. Oh, there's swamp. So I'm going to go back one. And when I say you have to be pixel accurate here, you really do. Because you want to be right on the edge of these two biomes. And by doing that, you are able to get multiple resources. Now look at this. I'm landing right next to a point of interest, which is terrible, because that's going to prevent me from having an outpost too close to it. But let's see what we get. So where is that? Get that scanner going. All right, there's a something right there. There's a something right there, but there was another. There it is. Huh, that's a new one. Okay, so we're going to go the opposite direction of where all the stuff is. I mean, these look like frozen dunes to me. What else was I looking for? Swamp. Okay, so here's silver. So I know I'm where the silver is. And there's iron. I bet you I can get all of these right away. So let's see. Hit X for, or I think it's square on PlayStation. And boom, I've got a bunch, which is excellent. I bet you I can get more, though. Yes, I can. So there's alkanes as well. I sure would love it. See, like again, the deal breakers are iron and silver. I could care less about chlorine. Let's see if I get to the top of this hill, if there's anything over it that will... Oh, see, now I get tantalum. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, most of the time you're never going to get more than 5. I've got 6. So that's how you find places that have tons of resources. Now, I already have all these resources. As a matter of fact, I already have an outpost on this planet. So let's fast travel back to the ship. And let's go find us somewhere else.
3 hours later.
Okay. So we're going to get here. If you're going to build an outpost, this is pretty much start to finish what you're going to do. Open planet map. Scan. And ta-da. Look at all this cool stuff. Platinum, cobalt, nickel. Those are the ones that I want. Plateau. Let's try it. I wasn't very exact with it, but we're going to try it. And I'm trying to get as many of all those resources as I can. And it doesn't matter what color the thing is or what it shows is there. All that matters is that you're on the edge of the biomes. So let us see what is what. Yeah, here's nickel. So I've landed where the nickel is. There's a thing over there. Mineral farm. Ironic. All right. Let's just see if we guessed correct the first time. We did not. Okay. So what was the other thing? It was sandy desert, wasn't it? What is this? This is uranium. And we want uranium. What's that over there? That's okay. We're going in the right direction. There we go. There's platinum, nickel, and chlorine. I could care less about chlorine. Excuse me. Couldn't care less about chlorine because chlorine is lame. No, you do need it for some things, but... All right. So anyway, for the purposes of we're setting up an outpost, let's set up an outpost. So choose a spot. You see what resources are here, and boom. So I'm going to go ahead and toggle the view so that I am here, and we want to find nickel. So where's our nickel? Here's nickel. There's some more up here, right on the outskirts of our thing, and that's going to be it. So we're going to go down here, and here's another thing with these extractors is you want to put them, as many as you can eventually. But so you want that one kind of near the outside, and then you can see how you can't have them right next to each other. Boom. And then what I like to do is put a medium storage right here. And then before I go on to the next one, I back out of build mode. I'm going to use the right trigger and set a link there. And I'm going to set a link there. So now these extractors feed into that. All right, next. Platinum. Oh, look at all the platinum. And this actually sells for a pretty decent price. So we'll start right here. And right here. And then we do our links. Okay. Now, we also want a transfer container. I'm going to show you why here in just a moment. So we're going to do this. Transfer container. Now, you want the stuff from here to go here, and you want the stuff from here to go here. Bear with me a second. We'll get there. So we need 20 power to make this all work. We're going to need a little more than that because we're going to build some more stuff. So we're going to use, oh, look at that, 25 power just with one of these. So we're going to do one here and one there. Now I got enough power to run all the things I want. All right, so now we're up and running. These things are churning away, giving me nickel and giving me whatever else it was, platinum. Cool, right? Well, I also want, remember, I want to have my own landing spot. And it's telling me I can't because it intersects with something. But hey, guess what? Boom. All right, cool. So, Outpost is running. Here's my landing pad. You'll notice There ain't no ship on it. That's very easy to fix. No ship on landing pad. Go to shipbuilder, view modify ships, hit shipbuilder, right back out. Ta-da! Ship is here. Okay. Now, that's really the basics of what you need in an outpost. The reason you want to have this landing pad and not the small one is that this one has the shipbuilding functionality. All right, let me get on here a second. I'm going to show you why you want the transfer container. All right, so we're here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little nap. La 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 la. Let's see how long. It's about the same. All right, we've slept. We've given our extractors. Why is this shaking? Okay, I don't know why. Maybe there was an earthquake. You never know. But now we're going to go over here. Here's our ship's cargo. See how there's a separate thing for this outpost? I can move these resources directly into my storage. Boom, done. Do we get any more? No, because it's only been a few hours. Okay. What the ass? All right, we need to get outside and find out what that was. Because that is different. All right, I want to make sure everything's working. I mean, it was like something exploded.
And it exploded.
That was really weird. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't know why things are blurry right now. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and build... we want to build some housing. And actually, the first thing we're going to do, and this is a new thing, and you might need points in whatever, but you can have this cool cabin now. This is new with the new DLC. So I'm going to build that. I think I have enough argon. Yep. Oh, that's right. So once you put it down, you have to decide how high you want it to be. Okay, so for those who don't want this little cabin, which is cool as hell, by the way, you can also just make a regular outpost. So you're going to need an airlock. So we're going to do this, and you're going to click to put it down, and then you're going to use the stick to decide how high you want it to be. Oops. And now we'll do this hab here. And then I want a little hallway. We're going to go in this direction. One more. And then this hab. Okay, cool. Now I have a place to live. I think it's the weather that's the problem. I'm probably going to die pretty soon standing out here. Anyways, I'm going to go into my little house and show you a few things that you want. What's that? That is water. All right, so you're going to go inside. And you definitely want a few things. First of all, you want an industrial workbench. I'm going to want a weapon workbench so I can work on my weapons. And a spacesuit workbench because why not? I don't need the research lab because I've already done all the research for all the things. So not a big deal. I don't know what this does exactly. This is a mod thing. So, And then I also want a crew station. And the reason you want one of these is because you're probably going to want to have some crew eventually hired and working here. All right, and you can't do that unless you have this thing built. Okay, so now I've got all the workshops and whatever. I'm going to come in here. All right, we're going to change these to the ones with windows, but not this one. And then I'm going to give myself a bed. I like this pretty bed. We're going to put it over here. And how much time you want to spend on this part is entirely up to you. I just want an end table. Yeah. Put another one over here. Now I have a bed. So I can now sleep here if I want to. And I can also do any of the crafting or the things that I want to do. Like, for example, I want to work on, this weapon is one of the weapons I wanted to look at. Muzzle has no compensator. None of that is going to increase its... Yeah, I think I want to do that, and I have the stuff to do it. So... Now, this costs money, and I have the X-Tech to do it, so this is a new thing with this DLC where now I can re-roll this thing, and now it's bashing, which deals double damage when you're hitting somebody with it, which is, pretty dumb considering it's a sniper rifle, but whatever. Anyway, once you have the points into the research to be able to mod your weapons using these workbenches, spacesuit weapons, and then in the industrial stuff, you can make things like the adaptive frame needed to build this outpost. You can make things like ammunition. You can make things like any of the parts you need to build things. And that is very handy. This thing is cool as hell. I saw it for the first time the other day. But this is just, it's a little house. Hello, my little house. You get a little plant. You get whatever that is. You can come up here. You get your bedroom. I believe this is a bathroom. No, this is an office. I have an office.
Could be a nursery.
Little desktop sand garden. How nice is that? This is the bathroom. You don't have the option to sit on the toilet. Sorry. But yeah, I come in here and I do this, and this is my bedroom. And I think, there's a digipick in here that I'm going to leave in here. If I wanted to, and if I had it in my inventory. Oh, so I could put stuff in here. That's nifty. It's like storage. How cool. All right. There are other things you can do with outposts. You can do fabricating. You can do like botany. You can grow plants. You can livestock. You can work livestock. And these things, you need a lot of points in some of the science skill tree stuff. I don't do those things right now, but it's something pretty cool that you can do. And, but that's a little bit advanced. I use these to get the resources that I need to then craft things. So when you craft things like aluminum into adaptive frame, aluminum iron into adaptive frame, when you make anything or mod anything, you get experience points, and it helps you level up faster. So, and the more you level up, the more experience points you can put into the skill tree. Watch this. I'm going to fast travel. Oh, I'm too close. I was going to fast travel to my ship and show you how the weather changes whenever you fast travel. Last thing about outposts. Okay, so I put the outpost beacon. This is the outpost beacon. Did I break my leg? I think I freaking broke my leg. What's wrong? All right, let me fix my health here real quick. Oh, I don't have any health conditions. All right, cool. Anyways, so your outpost beacon always winds up in the very middle. What I like to do is I like to move it. I like to move it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it. This does not change the boundaries of your outpost. It only changes where you spawn when you fast travel here. And now I spawn right next to the stairs to my landing pad. Because I'm going to go back up here. I've been messing around for a few minutes. I'm going to gather more of the resources that I have extracted. Get them in my inventory, and then we can start selling that stuff. But that's just a basic primer on outposts. You know, it's entirely up to you whether you want to even build them at all. Yeah, see, I have a little bit more. You know, that is entirely up to you whether you want to build outposts or not. But building an outpost and getting a whole bunch of resources and then making stuff out of those resources is a great way to almost cheese the system into leveling you up really stupid fast. So I hope that this helps you. If it does, please like and subscribe. I am going to eventually be streaming, doing some streaming of the new stuff. We are going to fast travel here. We're going to do some of the new stuff, Terran Armada. And if you want to see more videos that are going to help out, maybe with, I got a shipbuilding one that I'm going to do pretty soon. So I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you all have a terrific spring, a terrific summer. And, you know, let me know what you want to see going forward. Chuck G Violin is out.